Welcome everyone to the first ever podcast of MSRP on 96.1 MSRP. I'm here on your right, your host, Brody. To my right, to your left here is going to be Sebastian,
Hello.
and then to the left of him is going to be Pluto over there, all the way on the left.
Hello.
But do y'all want to go ahead and state y'all's positions within MSRP?
You want to go first, Pluto?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm the server manager. Yeah, that's about it.
Well, you're more than server manager. I'm Sebastian. I'm the assistant director. Me and Pluto are both founders and legacy members of the server. Legacy member meaning we attended the very first session.
Kind of OGs.
Sure, that's how you want to put it.
Yeah, you can put it that way. What would be like y'all's like favorite scene? Because I know mine, but I'll let y'all go first.
Oh, I don't know. What's yours, Pluto? Pluto, do you know yours off the top of your head?
My favorite scene probably had to be something to do with the CCP. I like how they ran the drug deals that happened, all the secret shit hiding in the shadows. I really like how that worked.
That was you, MH, and Birdie, right?
Yeah, me, MH, and Brody, we were all CCP guys, and we just did a lot of illegal shit and got away with a lot of stuff. So it was really fun.
I would have to say one of my favorite scenes is going to be back in Liberty County too, with the Italian brothers.
That's a good
when
one.
We had the several sessions with the open casinos and the loan sharking business. That was really fun. Another it's a little minor thing was the CJ Liversey court case, the first and probably the only court case we'll ever have. That was also a really fun scene.
Yeah. Mine would probably be probably with the CCP with Travis, whenever he was most wanted. Probably like probably the chase with LHP that we had with him.
And that's the one where the trooper died, Corporal Bird, I think it was.
Yeah. Trooper Bird. Yep. And then probably my close second would probably be whenever Travis got caught. So yeah. What's y'all's like favorite storyline that y'all've created?
Well, me and Pluto are actually currently working on a storyline. We won't talk too much about it, but that's probably going to be close top with the recent tragedy in Belle Chase, murder and news story. That's probably going to be my favorite storyline. But then, since it's not done yet, I would say for me, the one of Cozy's, what's it called? Him and his criminal, the one who killed Liversy's son. What was his name?
Shoot, I know who he is. He was on death row, right?
Yeah, let me see if I can find.
Yeah, go look in our news channel. Go and find it.
What about you, Pluto? I'm looking for it.
My favorite storyline, same thing with you. It's not finished yet, but my photographer character that I've been working on, and the recent passing of his cousin James Russo, with the tragedy in Belle Chase, how that planned out, how that worked out. Definitely gonna be my top. I can't think what another storyline is. I really liked what Cozy did with CJ. That was really good. And when he implemented Liberty State, the campus police, all the frat guys that we made, and the frat houses parties, that was really fun. I love doing that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, back to the thing I didn't finish. It was probably be the Kylo Kuhn death and Tyler Tyson and all that stuff. Probably one of my favorite storylines because that was Well, that was like April, like March, April, all the way until August, September, I think it was.
Yeah.
But that was last year, of course.
Yeah. Mine right now would probably be the storyline with all the with the Johnsons family. Um
How many
with
Johnsons are there?
there's a lot of them. There's like 4 of them right now.
Well, I know one
Um
of them died because. Well, why don't you talk about it? Because I don't know too much.
yeah, so um actually it might only be 3 that we had. I know you had one, which that was Jaden, and he ended up dying. Um,
Well, because of you.
not because of me.
Well, you traded. You went to the Kings gang in Belchase. I forget. What's it called?
Um, see, I can't remember. Um, but yeah, Elijah went over there. Um, like, and then Jaden died after that transfer, was in jail. Um, and then a adopted brother showed up yesterday, part of Elijah's little storyline. Deshaun Malik TJ Carter.
Oh, okay.
He's part of a family, but he changed his last name. He was adopted. But um yeah, we have, yeah, that's probably mine. Um uh yeah, that's really what I got. Um
Crown Kings. That's what it is. I keep on forgetting it's
yeah,
Crown
Crown
Kings.
Kings, yeah. Um I guess we could start talking about the news.
How far do we want to go up on that?
I mean, I guess we could give a rundown of current stories that we have going on. Um,
What the tragedy? I guess in Belchase.
yeah, I guess for tragedy in Belchase.
Including one. I mean, I know that's mainly. I mean, you're the brains behind that storyline. So if you want to talk about that, sure. At least the news story part.
Yeah, I'll go over the news story. And I can explain deeper into it if you'd like. But pretty much it was Mr. Russo. He just moved here. He came in from a different country, Switzerland. And he moved here. He's staying in a different house, but same city as his cousin, um, Ian Russo. And he was out not at night going on a late night walk, and there was a guy following him. So he made a call, 911 call, saying, "Hey, there's a guy following me back to my house." And when he got in his house, he locked his door, locked everything. Cop came, got his statement, walked around, made sure the guy wasn't there, talked to a few neighbors, and then left. Then, about 15, 20 minutes after, he made another 911 call. He stated that he saw the guy right outside his door staring at him. So he called the cops frantic. He locked that door. He went to his room, locked himself in there, and hid under his bed. While he was calling the cops frantic. Cops came, about three officers responded. They kicked down the door, cleared the whole house. Nothing. No tracks on the snow. No signs of breaking in. Nothing. So he was all freaked out. He had a medic to check him out. He was all good. And again, they wrote this down, and they left it at that. And most of the cops went away, and they assumed he was just going crazy or something. And then another half an hour went by, and it was the real deal. His door got kicked down. The guy was actually in his house, and while he was on the phone with 911, the guy walked in, shot him 5 times. You'll hear it in the call, and he fled. He fled through the back door. The police department were able to get some traces of him going through the back door because there were bloody footprints leading from his bedroom and out towards the gas station. But right now they don't know who it is. They're still investigating this incident.
Remember, stay 911. What's the location of your
Hi,
emergency?
Crazy Cord, 19 Crazy Cord. He's actually in my house. The window just broke. He's walking into my room. He's actually in my house. Please help. Please fucking help. Where's the cop? Where's the cop?
I'm gonna
Oh my
send
god.
somebody down
I'm
there
sorry,
now.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're done.
But yeah, that's current news reports that are going on right now.
Nothing else. I mean, there's a few major things with the Chinatown shooting. A little background stuff. Not too much there, but if you're curious, there was a shooting in Chinatown. 2 people died, and that was in Liberty County. But in Marlborough County now, they found the what's it called? The rental van, the U-Haul van or whatever, torched in outside of just out on the outskirts of Belle Chase. So that's also upcoming story that might turn into a storyline, but who knows?
And now we're going to be sending it off to On the Spectrum.
On the Spectrum. Who the hell came up with my
Hello, everyone, to our first episode on the Spectrum. Today we are here with.
Oh, am I introducing myself?
Yeah.
Oh, my name's Mason.
Okay. And how long have you been a part of MSRP?
I've been a part of MSRP for 8 months now. Coming on 8 months.
Okie dokie. And we can see that you're in a BCPD uniform here, but what departments have you been in, and what positions?
So when I first joined the server, we were still Liberty County, and I was a deputy sheriff with Liberty County Sheriff's Office, and I also served as a part-time criminal investigations detective. And then now that we've made the switch over to Maple County, I am corporal with the Belle Chase Police Department.
All right. What are your thoughts on the server so far as you're coming up on 1 year?
Coming up on 1 year, I think it's been a pretty wonderful experience. I can confidently say that I've never been a part of anything like it in the past. I'm glad that I've had the opportunity to meet you all and grow with you all.
Okay.
And I'm just excited for what the future will hold.
If you could change one thing about MSRP, what would it be?
Oh, if I could change one thing about MSRP, what would it be? Probably just active membership. I feel like for a server with this potential, we don't nearly have as much recognition as I think we should.
All right. And then what's your favorite civilian while you're on law enforcement in MSRP?
My favorite, like, who I like interacting with.
Yeah.
I'd have to say that'd be our assistant director, Sebastian. He currently has a character named Mr. Yamato, who's a Japanese man, and every time he comes to roleplay with that character, I just start laughing. He's funny, and he just makes the roleplay a lot more lively.
Yeah, I could definitely agree on that one. But with your time in MSRP, what would be some of your favorite scenes that you've been a part of?
So, jumping to my first month in MSRP, I was maybe a week or two into employment with with Liberty County Sheriff's Office, and I was still in my probationary period, and I got into this huge shootout with one of our. So in MSRP we have a gang called CCP, and when I was fairly new into the server and extremely new into law enforcement within the server, I'd gotten into a shooting with one of their members, and that turned into a whole ordeal of me being in our news outlets, getting ridiculed by CCP, having been a target of CCP in the past. That was definitely a big wake up, especially that being one of my first major scenes. My overall favorite scene that I've ever been a part of, I guess you wouldn't really call it a scene, more of a storyline.
Storyline's fine, also.
I'm thinking. Would probably have to be back in Liberty County when we were trying to hunt down. It was one of your characters, Birdie. I don't remember his name. It was like Liberty's Most Wanted.
Travis.
Travis. Because I know me and Cozy, as well as John and Sebastian, had all done a storyline trying to investigate and find him. And then one day you just showed up out of the blue, and luckily enough, me and John were there, and we were able to catch you on that one. So that's probably the most interesting storyline that I've been a part of in the server.
Okay. I think that's all we have for you. Do you want to say anything else?
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of the first ever MSRP podcast on the Spectrum.
Yeah, that's no problem there. And yeah, that's it for today, folks. We're going to send it right back to the table. Move into the future for MSRP. I mean, as staff team, as the staff team goes, do y'all like have any plans for like the future of MSRP?
Well, there is the departments that are upcoming. So we have, let me see. So obviously, Crossset Police Department will be coming. So whenever that does come, we're not 100% sure on liveries and uniforms yet, but they're slowly in the process of becoming an actual department. But how Cross Deputy is going to work is going to be work very similarly how we worked in ERLC with the River City Police Department and Springfield and University Police Department. It's going to be cross-staffed. So if you're on Bell Chase, you'll have a Bell Chase police officer character and a Crossset police character. So depending on AOP, you choose either. If we would ever come a time where it's full map, you could probably choose on your own. For the FD part of things, that's a little less unknown right now. Just because Bell Chase Fire Department's almost pretty much done with development wise, unless we decide to add more things. But slowly picking out liveries and possible ideas for that. And then for DOT stuff, we're gonna have the State Department probably set back a little bit because in Liberty County, the State Department for Transportation was very involved, but the director of the Transportation Department, Miles, who unfortunately is not here with us, the one of the other member managers, took that decision. He said, we'll let him stay back, but we will have a Larbell County Public Works Department of Transportation Highway Patrol kind of highway help thing. We aren't too sure on how that's going to work out, but that's eventually going to be made. But that's all for departments wise. Pluto, I don't know if you want to talk about your gun record forum thing that might be coming too.
Yeah, so my gun record. I think about registering weapons, kind of like our BOLO system. How we have a Discord embed that allows deputies, officers, dispatchers to create BOLOs. I was hoping for us to add sort of like a gun database. So whatever guns are being registered to people will go in there, and that like VIN or whatever it's called, like that number, would get
Serial
placed
number?
in there. Serial number, that's what it is. And kind of just have a whole database for that. I know recently we've had a big change in citations, arrests, incident, and all these reports have been changed. They've been lengthened. So there's gonna be a lot more information and a lot more reports and paperwork that law enforcement and FD are gonna have to do when completing their duties. So I think really we're just now we got all the fundamentals. We've been here for 2 years now, so we have all the basics. Now we're just looking to the fuck, to make things more realistic and kind of
Yeah.
just dig deeper.
That's great too. Like you said, 2 years. I think we already hit 2 years. I think back in November. But
Yeah.
it's almost 2 years since our first session. So
Yeah.
that'll be cool up in January. So that'll be real cool seeing up.
Do y'all think there will like ever be a development of like a water or dive unit in MSRP? Like due to how Maple County is set up, there's a lot of water around Belle Chase and then also the Crossette area.
I think it would definitely be considered. We don't have like a SWAT team yet, or any like special unit. We have a gang unit, but we don't have anything too big. Would that be a fire department thing or a law enforcement thing?
It could be either. I could see.
Yeah, I feel like it could be jointed.
Or it could be
Yeah.
both. Like the county might not need one, but for instance, let's say we give Crossette one, and then like Crossette PD has one, and Belle Chase Fire has one. Like it could be spread out in kind of different ways. But
Mhm.
definitely, if you had that suggestion, definitely make that suggestion. And I wouldn't see why it couldn't, because it was a thing previously in Liberty County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of frequency calls going into Riverside and that pond, that little lake in the county.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of calls regarding water.
And we're also still coming back to Maple County and Laurel County, like in a new game right now. So
Yeah.
there's 100% room for improvement and suggestions.
I think we should talk about just the crime rates that's been going up in Belle Chase and what's your guys' opinions on that and how you think we can come together with the departments and how to fix that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the issues are like arising even more and more. There has been a more aggressive approach with gang violence and gang related activity in Lower Bell County already, but I feel like it needs to be cracked down on more because like it's only really increased within like the courts and whenever someone's actually like arrested, but like I don't feel like there's anything really preventing it from happening.
Yeah.
Because
I also, sorry, continue.
no, you can go ahead.
Other than gang violence and gang crime, there's also a lot of either violence in general that's not even gang related, such as the tragedy in Belle Chase news story and kind of storyline that's getting built on with that murder on Crazy Street, is it?
Yeah.
And then also there, I don't know what's going on, but with Mr. Yamato, he has medical incidents at one store. He's got another store burning down. He's got people paying with fake bills. With the counterfeit bills, that might be coming something too with counterfeiting and more organized crime. Because in Liberty County, organized crime was a huge thing compared to gang violence, which was really small.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel like the state hasn't really like done anything to like really help out departments on that side of things because like I feel like it's spreading from like county to county and it's like because people are seeing that they can get it around it in other counties and like I don't feel like other counties are really preparing for that and so once it does start happening they just can't control it.
I would even argue just understaffing.
Yeah.
Not even from a role play perspective, but just the server as a general. We're not very big, and if you're watching this, I would 100% recommend joining. It's very little. All you have to do is apply, and then you're in the server if you get accepted, which most people do. If you meet the requirements, you have a good application, you'll get accepted. We're 100% need of people, and the more people would be great because we're 100% in need of civilians. If you like civ stuff, if you like fire department and medical stuff, we need that. We need more law enforcement because some people like to do a lot of things, and we can't always have people, doing everything. Because some people, like I know Brody, he likes civ stuff, he likes fire department and medical stuff, and he likes law enforcement. He likes it all, and sometimes he can't do some of the things because people aren't qualified or want to do other things, and they can only do one thing or the other.
Yeah, I can agree from that. Um, yeah, like we don't. You look at other servers and they have a lot of people, but like we're focused on. We've been focused on quality over quantity, but with this game change, we feel like that would be like it was beneficial for us to change because we saw a better quality in Maple County than we did in Liberty County. Um, and we've been trying to get people in here. But like obviously we want people to come in. We're very welcoming. Um, and that sort of part, but
Yeah, I mean, it's been the same. I mean, for granted, there's been a few people who joined and stayed, but for the most part, it's been the same people for pretty much our entire time. I mean, it was literally me, Pluto, Cozy, and MH started pretty much. I mean, there was a few members who, I mean, they're not here anymore, but there was a few other members. And then Miles slowly once joined. John, our other member manager, joined, and they've been here ever since. I think they joined that March in 2023, and they've been there ever since. Brody joined around that time too, and he's been there ever since. There's been a few members who've joined and stayed, but let's say there's just like 5 people who join, only one of them is probably going to stay because half of them either join and leave or they join the application server, don't even look at the application, just leave. And it's I don't want to say sad, but it is a little sad that some people don't even give us a shot, but it's all right, I guess.
yeah, building off of that, like we have people sitting in our new member server, but they just like don't apply. They just sit in there. But like we want people to apply. We want to build like a family in Mountain State Roleplay. Um, we like whenever I joined, it was like really welcoming. Other members have said the same thing. I mean, we've had a lot of members stay, but some people, like some members, have just had to leave because of other stuff that happened in their life, and they're not able to keep up in our server.
I mean, look at Alfred and Harry. I mean, they already have an issue with time zones because Alfred and Harry are both from the United Kingdom, so they have issues with because most of us are in the States, whether that's on the East Coast, West Coast, or in the middle. So time zones kind of vary for us, but with them it's very off, and they rarely were ever to attend. And they're great people, love them, great role players, great everything. It's just sad that they can't always join. And I'm happy they stayed. I'm happy they didn't leave. And they did say, hey, like I probably won't be able to join a lot. And that's good. If you're not able to join, but you're also a good person and want to join, feel free to join. Just because you're not always going to be able to attend doesn't mean you can't be here.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about superlatives at all, or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could.
Sure.
Do we want to compare last year's and this year's, or?
I mean,
Yeah, that'd be good.
we haven't announced this year's, but
Well, I know, but I mean, I think I'm the only person who really knows how it's leaning. But last year, so we had the first year, we had our superlatives. Let me find them, but they're pretty basic.
yeah.
A lot of people. There was a lot of overlap last year with winners, but that's okay. I think some people might have got a little butthurt. What was it? So there was best. I'm trying to find it. Ah, here it is. So you had the best overall member. Pluto won that one last year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A year late, but We had most active member, which was originally awarded to MH, but Pluto I think has that now. Best overall civilian awarded to our director Cozy. Best overall law enforcement officer awarded to Cozy. Best medic and EMT also awarded to Cozy. Best firefighter awarded to Brody. Congratulations. A little, like I said, a year late.
Yeah.
Best civilian storyline awarded to Cozy. Best civilian scene awarded to Cozy. Most likely to get banned, Swords. Swords didn't get banned. He left. He had a lot of personal stuff going on because, if you don't know, Swords was, while he was in the server, he was actively trying to become an EMT and whatnot. So he was very intelligent with medic and EMT. He was actually the runner-up for Cozy's award, Best Medic / EMT. It was just a joke that he was going to get banned. He wasn't the only one who jokingly was going to get banned. But it's just because he made sure you knew his opinion and he would backtalk you if you that made him mad. But he was a good guy. I like Swords. But sadly he left.
I have an opinion on that real quick. Swords should have won best overall medic and EMT in 2024. It was just
you want to know something?
I didn't vote, like I voted for Cozy because I didn't like Swords at the time. I didn't like his attitude and all that, but over time I gotta love him.
Yeah, we're still in touch within Miles is one server. I still talk to him every now and then. But you know what's also funny, Brody? I'm not going to say, but for this year's, the superlative of 2024, there are two people who are currently tied. There's someone on the server for medic and EMT. Someone on the server, and Swords, even though he's not here anymore, he was technically here earlier this year, so he is applicable. And it's funny.
He's
So right now
applicable.
it's a tie.
I'm changing my
No
vote.
way, what?
I'm changing my vote.
Well, it's in between someone and Swords for the best medic EMT, and I can't like. I just think it's funny because he's not even here, and they're voting for him.
Yeah.
If you don't know, we're gonna tell you. Most likely to forget a session. This was a special one for John, our member manager. John used to say, "Oh, I'll come to session." Yeah, be there. Mark, yes, coming to session. We'd be sitting in lounge waiting for John to join. He said, "Oh, I forgot." Every single time.
Every time.
He would go to sleep too.
It's so fun.
Yeah, he would. He'd take naps. And Cozy does the same thing. Maybe we should make Cozy out of that word this year.
Yeah.
And then the last one, most likely to put in a session excuse, Trust or E. Donaldson. I honestly forgot about Trust.
He's no
but
longer
he used
here.
to forget. Yeah, he's not here anymore. But he used to forget to put in a session excuse.
Yeah. Yeah, Cozy kind of just like is just sitting in the lounge with us in pre-session, and then whenever we're getting ready for session, he just disappears.
Magically fall asleep.
Yep.
Disappears. But it's okay.
Yeah.
This year's pretty much all the same, except for the last three. So there's best member, active member, civ, LEO, medic, firefighter. But this year's are a little different. So we have the best civilian storyline of 2024, best civilian roleplay scene, and the weirdest scene. So let's start at the best overall member of 2024. What do you guys think who's going to win that this year?
Sebastian.
Okay.
I think Sebastian too.
You guys are funny because that's not who's winning that award. But
It's not?
Thank you. It's not. Not 99% sure. On a personal opinion, I forgot who I voted for. I think I voted for Pluto.
All right, appreciate it.
But I don't think it's me. Most active member, that might be Miles, in my opinion.
I voted Miles on that.
Yeah, I voted him too.
Miles, especially when we were in our midst of our swapping of games, and also when we were dead for a little bit, he was still very active in here. Him and John were.
Yeah.
Best Civ, I have a lot there. That could be me, that could be Pluto, that could be Cozy. I don't really know who's gonna win that one.
I personally voted for Sebastian here.
Oh wow, thank you.
Trying to pull up.
What do you think, Pluto?
Who I voted
You're
for?
trying to find where you voted. Well, we
Yeah.
DM like 12,000 times a day.
I know. Oh, here we go. I voted Sebastian.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I
But
can
Cozy was a close second too, because I love what Cozy does.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah,
great
Cozy's
stuff.
well, Cozy won like everything last year, so I'm
Yeah,
wouldn't be
that
surprised if
honestly,
he won
I
everything last
didn't
year.
really put Cozy for that much stuff just because of that. Like he hogged up
He
all
even
the
said
awards
it.
last year.
Yeah, last year he had a little note. He said maybe I should have made you guys not be able to vote for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all right. I mean, he won it, and I would every single one of
He
those he
deserved it.
could have won.
Yeah.
Best LEO, that's real hard. Especially with our big break. There's only a few people I would say. It would be in between Mason or Cozy, but that's just my opinion.
In my opinion, I voted for Mason. Mainly because I felt like Mason was there for a lot more of the times than Cozy was, but Cozy also has a job, so we kind of got to take that in a factor.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like in terms of like actual scenes, I feel like Mason probably did better in those.
I voted for Mason as well.
Yeah. Best
Great
overall
guy.
medic EMT. Well, we already said Swords is a contender for that, but other than Swords, I think Cozy's very intelligent in a lot of things, especially when it comes to law enforcement. He's just very intelligent person who knows a lot of things, but especially with medical things, he's also smart about that. So he also might be one of the contenders for it, but I won't say who.
Mhm.
What do you guys think? I mean, I know Birdie said I think he voted for Swords, so
Yeah, whenever I heard I could vote for Swords, I voted for him.
okay.
Yeah, I just voted for Brody on that one.
No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Well, Brody's also very intelligent in that stuff. It's just I think Brody prefers fire.
Yeah,
Over,
I'm not on the
yeah.
level that Swords and Cozy are.
Yeah.
Swords becoming a paramedic this year.
Did he? Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, you said that he was in training to become an EMT. He was actually in the process for a paramedic.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot he
Yeah.
finished that. That's what it was. I remember because I only remember when he finished it. Yep, because he had it in his bio. You know who else? I recently figured it out. Became a paramedic. I think was the Ruffles official guy, the one Roblox YouTuber.
Oh, he did.
Oh, really?
I didn't hear about
I think
that
I
one.
saw somewhere on a stream. I was watching something, and I think someone said something about that. So that the good, that's crazy. I don't know if people can be Robloxing and having a full job like that.
Yeah. We just want to give thanks to all of our first responders out there. You are putting in that work. Hopefully some of us will be there one day, but
Well, Brody, I know you obviously want to be a firefighter. Pluto, what I don't forget what you're still undecided, right?
yeah.
I'm leaning towards law enforcement, yeah, but I have other things in mind. My family kind of supports the decision, but they're also kind of apprehensive.
Well, your father's also
Oh, of course.
a doctor, so
Yeah.
he
But,
might
I'm
have
only
an opinion there.
Yeah, I'm only in high school, so I don't really know too much.
Well, then we look at a director, Cozy, who I think he eventually wants to become a patrol deputy, but he's currently a CO at a prison. I think Miles wants to become a communications officer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
Or like DOT, right?
Yeah, but I think communications, because that's what his I think his dad is a communications officer, and his mom is, I want to say, a quartermaster, but I'm not 100%. He said he wants to do one of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to all you guys out there.
Yeah.
Next up is best overall firefighter for 2024. Brody.
Yeah.
Brody.
Probably by a
there's an opinion
landslide.
off.
With that fire hat right there.
I think.
Well deserved.
Well, there's only one other well-known firefighter person that's not Cozy, because Cozy's also, once again, really intelligent in that kind of field, would be our one member Enchanter.
Yeah.
He's obviously, I don't know too much about stuff, so I don't want to comment on it, but I mean, he's not stupid. He knows
No,
some things.
he's definitely not stupid, but he's definitely having to settle into the new system in Maple County.
Yeah. Now the three fun ones, which that weird one we might, I don't even know. I think you guys are going to say something, and I'm going to say that's not the one who won. But that's civilian storyline. Thoughts on that?
These
think on
last
that?
3 are like newer ones, like honestly, like it's probably going to be Mr. Yamato for Sebastian.
For best civilian storyline, if
Yeah.
that's what Mr. Yamato is, I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Yamato did not win that. No,
I had a feeling that he didn't, but
it's all right. Long shot. I don't know. I think I voted for the Italian stuff.
Yeah, me too. I voted for the Italian guys too. I just loved like going in there, having you guys all like geared up, all like mysterious with your guns and your masks, and I'm just playing like poker or like roulette
As Gooder.
as Scooter. Yeah, I
Oh
remember
my
that.
God! Screaming, he's taking his auntie's money.
Yeah, that was really fun. I love what you guys did with that. I don't even know much about what even happened. I just know that you guys ran like a casino. That's about it.
Yeah. The second part was like loan sharking. No one really ever replied to our black market post, but that was also a thing. We almost got caught a few times. I forget who it was, but someone snitched. Someone snitched on us, and they got the cops rolled up on us. Luckily, we were smart and had that prepared. But that we had a whole Miles, he had a whole Microsoft Excel sheet full of people's names, the buy-ins, when and where they showed up, how much they won, how much they lost. It was a real cool system.
and Cozy had the full board set up.
Yeah, that he totally didn't rig.
He definitely didn't rig that for sure.
Well, I don't know. I know you could rig it. I remember we said that he could, but I don't know if he actually did.
He probably did.
I
mean, it
best
was
roleplay scene. Oh God, that's scary.
roleplay scene.
That one I don't know. There's so many scenes that happened this year. Like it could be anything.
Shoot, was the trooper scene this year? Whenever Trooper died? Yeah, Trooper Bird.
Well, that was your pursuit.
Yeah.
Where you killed the trooper because he was in the Mustang.
I would probably say that.
And you made them put the Rambo on and made it look ugly.
Okay, I didn't make that, okay? Just because Roblox has some system where not everyone's screens are the same doesn't mean that you have to change the whole system.
All right. I heard what I heard. I believe what I believe. You believe what you believe.
Cozy told you that he pit me several times, which he didn't.
I heard that from multiple people. It was not just Cozy. But yeah. What about you, Pluto? Do you have a favorite scene out of this year?
My favorite scene was actually the recent shooting in Bell Chase. That was one of my favorites. That was probably one of the first good Civ scenes that I've done. I've mainly been law enforcement based. I like law enforcement. The other Civ stuff I did was just messing around as Gooder. So that was honestly like one of the first like storylines I've done, and it's still in the making. Mainly why I like it is because I love the atmosphere of Maple County. It just makes everything so ominous, and like having it happen at nighttime too, just it made it so much better.
Keep preaching.
Yeah, I really like that. I just really love that we made the switch to Maple County. It's just excellent. I know some people have had trouble with it. They've been complaining about it not being accessible to mobile or having graphic issues, lag, stuff like that, but I think it really was a great switch.
Yeah,
I do agree. I think we all can agree on that.
I feel like the overall realism from PRC to Maple County, like there's a massive difference in it. Maple County, like since it's a paid game and it's only PC, they don't really get the praise that PRC gets. Now, Maple County still gets a praise, but like they don't get as praised as PRC would.
Yeah, and I have nothing against PRC. I'm not. Their game is still fun too. I mean, I've role played there for a long time. It's just I've made a decision. Well, I didn't make. Cozy made the decision, but I agreed with it to move to Maple County primarily. But last one, I will say, weirdest scene of 2024 has nothing to do with Mr. Yamato and nothing to do with Maple County. It happened in Liberty County.
It
You guys have any
does?
guesses? Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. It was a tiebreaker, and H2O broke the tie. Now, if someone else decides to send in their superlatives before tonight, well, we will see. But as of right now, Mr. Yamato and anything in Maple County is not for the weirdest scene. So does anyone have any guesses?
Jeez, my thing was the freaking front axle absolutely disappearing off of a
Oh,
Bell
God.
Chase fire truck.
So
That
it
was
was in
a
Liberty
scene.
County.
It was in Liberty County. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I'm
Was
way
it-
off.
Does it have something to do with Trey Clifton, or was that not the scene?
That I wouldn't even say that's a weird scene. That Troy Clifton is a whole nother section, but I don't even. That was in probably 23, I think, wasn't it? Wow.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't even
23.
know.
That was a whole. Oh my God, that was so
Wow.
long ago.
Yeah.
That was
But it happened
before
in
I
Liberty County.
joined.
God, I don't know.
Was-
I don't want to tell you guys, but I almost want to.
Like there's been so many scenes I can't even remember.
I mean, it's not Mr. Yamato, but it's another type of person from Asia.
Oh, is it Gooter?
I did not know Guter was Asian, but no.
Hold on.
He's a
Uh,
bit Asian.
I'm gonna go look at the character record. Oh,
There's only a few people. Mr. Was it Mr. Lychee, maybe? I don't know. That's the only other
Oh,
Chinese I've
is
ever
it
met.
Catnip's character?
Mate.
oh,
Chinese character?
yeah, Chinese.
Yeah,
It's
that
definitely him.
character. But which weird scene do you think probably got voted on the most?
Was it where
Uh,
he had? I remember he had this like chicken in the back of his
Oh my God, no.
his teriyaki chicken or something in the back, and it
Oh my
made someone
God.
pass out. It like made
Yeah, oh my
someone,
God.
made someone like have a heart attack just
You know
by
what?
smelling it.
That's also something.
It was hazardous.
Since this isn't going to be released until the plan is Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas, I guess. But
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone.
I trust you guys not to tell anyone. It's let me find the exact phrasing. Catnip licking food trucks, police cars, and throwing cheese in the park and harassing people. That's the one that's currently the number one.
There's always something like when we have like nice community scenes where we all come together. There's always something that happens to like ruin the moment.
And it was always catnip, bro.
I mean, it's not always catnip.
Or
There's a few
MH
exceptions.
falling
Oh,
off a
God.
ladder of the fire truck.
Oh yeah, Brody 100% rigged it to kill
Oh,
him.
bro, he. I
Always
don't
gotta
mean
ruin the
I don't mean
fun.
to say it, but like he literally power creamed that because there would have been no way he fell. He was harnessed in, double latched
my
to the
God.
ladder. It wouldn't have let him went back down unless the winch was released.
I remember Scott Lancaster just sitting there on freaking just like blocking the road, and I just pan my camera, glimpse over the other way, and I hear you guys taking him up, and I'm like, oh look, MH at the top of the ladder and falls. Now that's also not the first time MH has fallen off a ladder, has it? Does anyone what's the first time he Spider-Man? Oh my God, I don't even want to
Yeah,
talk
he
about
was Spider-Man, make a wish, fell off the fire truck. Wow. I remember
that
me
one
and
was
Cozy were
terrible.
sitting in a parking lot, and we saw
Oh yeah, you
him.
guys were across the street, and you guys
We
took
were
a
across the
screenshot.
street. Yep, we saw him just fly off there. It was, oh my God.
Maybe that's MH's favorite scene. That's his favorite thing to do, just fall off fire truck ladder.
Yeah.
But with that said, that's going to wrap it up for the first ever MSRP podcast.
Yeah, it
And
was
we'll
great.
see you next time. Yeah.